New Hearthstone cards are coming to the game, and they're going right into the classic set. These card additions came with a developer insights highlighting class identity. I'm gonna skip talking about the class identity in this video. If you think that it would make for an interesting separate video, let me know. But along the issues of class identity, two of the cards are going to get removed from the game, and that would be Mind Blast and Vanish. Rogues are the specialists of dealing single target, so therefore rogues should not be able to deal with wide boards. When I started playing Hearthstone, I looked at all of the priest cards, and one card stood out to me as extremely unusual, and that was Mind Blast. Obviously, the class that most identifies with Mind Blast would be Hunter. Hunter specializes at dealing damage to the face, whereas Priest, you don't really think of that, except this exact one card. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that that's getting removed from the, well, Hall of Fame from the base and classic set, and instead they get something that highlights the Priest identity of healing. Radiance. Restore 5 health to your hero. Wow. Here you go, Rogue. Have Plaguebringer, 4 mana 3/3, Battle Cry, give a friendly minion poisonous. Both of these cards aren't great. They are already power creeped out by Plague Scientist for Rogue, and then for Priest there's Flash Heal, there's Binding Heal. But the purpose of the basic set, and both Plaguebringer and Radiance not having the little gems means that they're in the basic set, are to have some really simple cards to understand. Cards that are there to basically demonstrate what the classes do rather than actually be playable good cards. Throughout the past few months, some cards have gotten rotated out of the classic and basic set and into the Hall of Fame, and these classes are actually getting replacement cards essentially. Doomguard was rotated out, and now we have Siegebreaker, 7 mana 5/8 demon, taunt. Your other demons have +1 attack, highlighting that warlocks use demons. It is costing about 1 more mana than probably what it would need to be in order to be even considered in competitive play, and even at 6 mana it wouldn't be good enough, so pretty weak card. But for a new player, that's not too ridiculous. Gifted the Wild. It's an 8 mana druid spell that gives your minions +2/+2 in taunt, and fits in the druid identity of buffs and wanting to have a swarm of minions. This was costed extremely conservatively, given that they have Cenarius, which is a 9 mana 5/8, which gives your minions +2/+2. So for 1 less mana, you don't get the 5/8. Pretty weak, probably could have also been lowered in cost, but this is kind of the classic basic set demonstration of what druids can do, I suppose. Righteousness, a 5 mana paladin spell, which gives your minions divine shield, highlighting the paladin flavor of having a wide board and having buffs and being the masters of divine shield. But boy, are they not the masters of divine shield here. This card compares to Unidentified Maul. Unidentified Maul had 1/4 of the time they would get the battle cry, give your minions divine shield. Admittedly, that was one of the better battle cries for that card, and that was RNG. But for a 3 mana 2/2 weapon, it came for free with the Righteousness effect. So Righteousness could be said to be overcosted by a substantial amount. If this were one of my custom card reviews, I would have given Righteousness a balance of 1 star. Conservatively still, I think it would still be bad at 3 mana. So why is it 5 mana? That is just absurd. If we're gonna showcase the paladins as good divine shielders and good at buffing lots of minions, what's with this Righteousness? Well, I suppose that's because in expansions, they're able to expand on this idea, and everyone will be like, oh my gosh, it's a better Righteousness, wow. Neutrals, and I think these two are probably the best cards out of the ones revealed. We have Brightwing, a 3 mana 3/2 dragon. Battlecry, add a random legendary minion to your hand. First of all, a 3 mana 3/2 that gives you a card back. That's pretty solid. Brightwing also has going for it that it's a dragon, which makes it one of the better dragons of the limited selection should you need to build a dragon deck. I actually expect Brightwing to see play in dragon decks. High Inquisitor White Man, 7 mana 6/8, Battlecry, summon all friendly minions that died this turn. That's an interesting effect that you would want to place into either a deck with a lot of small minions or a big minion. and the goal is to play her, obviously, after doing a bunch of trading. I think it's difficult to exactly place a spot for her because if you're playing a lot of small minions, it's tough to justify putting a 7 mana card that relies on you having minions on the board. And if you're playing big minions, it's tough for you to justify putting in a card that relies on you having a big minion that dies on your turn. I would say it would be a stretch to see her, but interesting card nonetheless. And then we've got some neutral fillers. Baron Stable Hand, 7 mana 4/4 Battlecry, summon a random beast. Reminds me of Ram Wrangler, which wasn't played, except it costs 2 more mana. We have SI7 Infiltrator, 4 mana 5/4 Battlecry, destroy a random enemy secret. This I qualify as probably the most likely card to see play, alongside Brightwing. Different metas, of course. SI7 Infiltrator would only see play if there were a lot of secrets in the meta, but if there were a lot of secrets, SI7 Infiltrator is an excellent card to put into your deck. And then we finally have Arcane Devourer. It's an 8 mana 5/5 elemental with whenever you cast a spell gain +2/+2. Boy, is it hard to justify playing an 8 mana 5/5 in your deck. The purpose of this card is probably to play Preparation into another spell with it to have an 8 mana 9/9, or to be playing Mage and have a Sorcerer's Apprentice in play. I mean, mages like elementals also. And then maybe you even add in a Mana Cyclone if you're feeling really spicy. But boy, is that not going to work. It's an 8 mana 5/5. So all in all, I think this is a bit of a missed opportunity. While I understand the plight that basic and classic cards are not subject to set rotation, and therefore the power level of the cards need to be conservative, boy was this conservative. So look forward to seeing these new cards, though you'll probably not be seeing them in competitive matches too much.